Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eric Langkamp, also known as Tricky Hunter. So, as promised, I am just getting to a point in which I'm going to be able to start wrapping up the pre-alpha stuff. I am really wanting to get this out to you guys sooner rather than later. I mean, like days, um, and hopefully this weekend. But I make absolutely no promises there. Um, so last thing I showed you guys was research systems being in place. And let me maximize this. Um, I have gotten past that a bit, but I'm going to be slightly disorganized because it is pushing 2 in the morning. I do have a loading screen in place with some quotes. Um, these are these are generated quotes from a list. We are talking about doing some sort of um, we are talking about doing some sort of like community quotes sort of thing, kind of like the thing we have on Discord right now. Um, Not certain if that's going to be feasible or not. I would like it to be, but it's going to take some curation because we want it to be appropriate. But also, we could have a not safe for work filter on it. Um, but if someone accidentally turns that on, it might upset some people. So, um, let's move forward here. So, the latest thing is production. So I have this kind of turned off right now, but you've got mining in place. That's functional. Um, and you'll see the map jumped to center on the tile that holds the building I just clicked on. So this building is, I've got a gold mine, so I was using that as a system for testing. So I can select gold bars. I can select which component order I want to do, whether or not I'm grabbing highest quality first or lowest quality first. The speed modification, which you can see the speed of the build going up and down there at maximum or minimum. We can change the quantity, and it'll tell you if we have what components are required. This is raw gold going in. Cost of the run. We can also do some quality refinement. You can see quality going up here as we increase. I can also type in how much I want to spend. Of course, um, you can blow as much money as you want in quality and enhancement, um, but of course, then you are going to want to recoup that money in selling it. And who is going to buy uh, a component that has to be sold for multi millions uh, when that quality is only going to get them so much. So it's going to be a balancing act for you as the producer of the item to figure out the market stable quality that will make sense. So that is one of the factors that comes into play when putting things together. So stopping production. This is going to be something that'll throw people off. So stopping production will stop the product that is currently being produced. It will do a hard stop and waste the materials. Changing to a new product. So, say you start a gold bar, and that takes, and then we'll go in and we'll change to, say, gold leaf. And if I apply this, now I haven't tested this thoroughly, but if you apply this, then what should happen is it should still be gold bar, current production, and gold leaf as next product. But if I click stop, it'll clear everything, and that'll mean that it wasted whatever the materials are, and it'll take a second for this to reset. Um, there's a couple of minor fixes that need to come into place, including you'll see this. I'm scrolling here, but the map is zooming in and out. Minor little things. Um, One of those that was a major piece. So now inventory comes into play. So you can see I burned. Well, you didn't see this before, but I burned materials. I had 41 in here before. Um, so I can now go in and attempt to sell for a price or and the quantity. This, as I was saying in Discord here earlier this evening, that I was going to make this video before I had everything working. If it came to it and it got too late, I wanted to give you guys an update. So this currently really isn't functional. But let me go to the sales. So I'm going to sell a gold bar. So in the market, what you shouldn't see here is your own stuff. Right now there is, and that's mostly for testing purposes. So this is 3 gold leaf that I decided to try and sell to see if they would appear in the market, and they do. Excuse me. Um, so I'm going to sell one of the gold bars. So I can click on the item uh, uh, parent type of gold bar, which there are 3 on the market, which is an item. I click view, and they're ranging from 7 to 12 in quality. And there will be a description for every item. I just haven't gotten that in. And click view, and now I see a breakdown by quality, their state, which can be new, worn, scrap, or I think there's a couple others. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that really doesn't affect a gold bar so much as it would, say, an actuator or a gun or something like that. And then what you're seeing here is the average acquisition cost of the selected items, but across from them here, this down the cost tree, the cost column, is what it costs to either buy it for you or produce it. So it costs my empire 1200 imperial to produce this specific gold bar. So that gives you an idea of how much you would want to sell it for to turn a profit. You can also, select all 3 if I wanted to select all 3. They're ranging in quality, so obviously they're going to be put on the market um, with the same price but of varying quality, which means certain ones might sell for more if you decided. So it would be more advantageous to select ones of equal quality or nearly equal quality to sell at a specific price and, group them together like that by price. It's it's all up to you guys how you want to do it. You will notice patterns, I'm sure, as you go forward in producing and selling goods on here. So let's go ahead and sell this gold bar for 1200 imperial. It's a single bar ranging 12 to 12, so we'll sell. And are you sure you want to sell? Yes, I am. And what you'll notice is it didn't disappear. That is something I still need to put into place. Um, but what it should have done was add it to the list here, and you can see the new gold bar is listed there. Uh, I still need to fix the quality things here. Again, there's no description. Um, Also, much like inventory, this should be a parent-child sort of thing. So, um, all of these items of gold leaf, they shouldn't be listed independently in here. They should be listed under one, and then should click see available, and it should be a list, and it should then give you which empire is offering it at what price for quality, blah 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 blah. That is all a thing here, and I'm probably going to do the same thing that I did for inventory and have it be checkboxes so that you can multi-purchase for that. Sorry, I've been burning the midnight oil here quite a lot. Um, trying to think if there's anything else. Um, as we're moving forward here, I'm going to be going into. Huh, I am missing the war mechanics here, so there's no way to view individual, um, a large group of your units. That'll have to be added in because you'll be able to sell vehicles and mechs flat out, which has to be added in. So let me pull up. It'll be something like this. Obviously, it won't be the select unit to move, but it'll be a panel representing all of your um, vehicles and different things like that, um, as well as ammo and resources listed. Of course, like I said, resources are not working at this time, but that's a thing that I need to add in. A couple of the minor things that you'll see going forward, I have to fix some movement mechanics and things like that, but you're supposed to be able to select a path as you go, but you'll notice that I selected, and you can probably hear me clicking here, but it refuses to select past a certain number of waypoints. That is a fix that needs to be corrected as well. One of the other things is it's also, allowing people to move through mountains or over lakes, for that matter, which shouldn't be a thing unless you're being airdropped. Um, at this point, it's also going to allow you to move through enemy territory. That will likely remain, but you will not be allowed to stop in enemy territory for the time being, at least for the first stages here. You'll also see that all of the waypoint dots have been removed. Also, a movement fix that needs to be implemented prior. And one last thing is that creating a new city or a town or whatever you want to call it, that is not implemented yet. That will likely come after the first initial um, pre-alpha release here, because I need to decide whether you need to pull population from some of the cities that you already have, or whether you uh, are given population. And that is open to discussion at this point. So uh, that is the gist of what we've got at this point, in addition to research and building and mining and everything else. So after all is said and done with what I just showed you guys, which fingers crossed here, that I'll be able to get through what I need without a lot of backlog rework, um, should be this weekend. Again, no promises because I literally only have about 2 weeks unless I need to request a later deadline at this point. And I really don't want to do that, so I need you guys to be willing to test. Anyone who isn't part of the Empire testing group and wants to be, please get in touch. We are open to having anyone who is or has been a Patreon supporter. Um, you are welcome to join us for the testing. It'll probably be me and a bunch of the other Patreon members, along with members of my team, who will be testing and confirming things work over a longer period of time. But like I said, once all of the fixes are in place that I just showed you that need to be done, um, I need to add in some buildings, some items, and some research goals. Maybe a month or two worth of research, nothing huge, but it's a huge tree that needs to be laid out. And I'll probably start with just a week's worth of stuff for you guys to do. So don't get freaked out if the tree looks really small when you first get access to it. Um, so yeah, If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch, as always, on Discord or Facebook. I am open to answering questions, but I'm going to be putting the pedal to the metal here this weekend to try and finish up all of the minor glitches and get everything, you know, out as a pre-alpha test. So, you guys have a good evening. It's a pleasure working with you guys. I am very happy to be to the stage we're at. So, like I said, get in touch if you need anything. Otherwise, I will be releasing an update here in the next couple days. Have a good one.